Wow. Yeah, okay. You belong to interesting groups, social media groups here. Okay. So the idea of Mesira. The Mesira is the idea, what the word means is to hand over. What this term means is it's a prohibition of using not the non-Jewish rulers. We're talking Romans. We're talking, you know, these are not we're not discussing real democratic governments. We're talking about tyrannies. That there's a prohibition of using a tyrannical forces to hurt other Jews. It's that so that is the specific translation of the term. Getting into the nitty gritty, does that only apply to um, handing people? Because the real discussions were regarding tax man. So the Caesar is sending in the tax man. The tax man basically outsources his job, his region. He hires five people to collect the taxes for him, and then he gives the taxes to Caesar. Well, those five guys are going to be acting in criminal ways, and they're hiking up the taxes and using a lot of force and brutality to ensure that they get their money. And so, you had this situation where people, quite understandably, were not really so thrilled about paying their taxes. And because that was the case, if Jew A has a problem with his neighbor Jew B, and he also knows, hey, Jew B is, trying to get out of paying these criminal taxes, I'll inform on him. Well, then what happens is that Jew B has all the goons come in and they break his knees and they kill one of his kids, and he's told to pay up double. That is prohibited, obviously. Fast forward to modern times. Within modern times, that just simply is not in a normal democratic society the case. Courts are fair, they are just. We live in a time where there is government oversight. As much as anybody wants to complain about the state of any government in today's generation, simply with a historical context, doesn't know what they're talking about. We live whether it's Israel or America, we live in democratic societies with representatives that we elect, that create the laws, that we are more or less, partners in. And so this particular concept simply doesn't apply. Um, it is 100% permitted to, call the police at need be if you need to, you know, stop a crime of any sort. I mean, the other day, there were a bunch of jerky kids in the neighborhood playground, and they're breaking the trees, and I told them I'm gonna call the police if you don't stop. So that is the concept. Um, it is true that there are bad people in the world, and bad people in the world do try and make excuses for their bad behavior, and so I am sure that there are people who use this idea of never get the non-Jewish government involved, will use this as a justification to protect bad people. I absolutely know that's the case. However, that's not Jewish law, and within Jewish society, those people are looked at as who they are. They're a bunch of jerks. There are people who have, for historically legitimate reasons, reservations about trusting non-Jewish governments. I mean, like we're seeing today with all the anti-Semitism that's spreading through college campuses. There is a perspective that it makes sense but to be wary and to do things within the community. But no, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about.